the township. So there are a lot of issues going around, especially politics. I've served long in some political structure.
Yeah, let's get. When I pull up in the spot, they be asking what I got. Gas for an extra mile, an extra inch for the dot. When I pull up in the spot, better show me what you got. Red beam, headshots, you better give me what you. Yeah, let's get. When I pull up in the spot, they be asking what I got. Gas for an extra mile, an extra inch for the dot. When I pull up in the spot.
To another smashing episode of Podcast with Soul. My name is Samuel Soul, and on today's episode we're going to be having a very special person, a leader, let me just put it this way, a young leader. So we're going to welcome Percy from Ikemeleng Foundation. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. And I've seen it's coming out very well, and congratulations to what you've started, man.
Thank you. We're pushing.
Sure.
So can you just explain a bit what Ikemeleng Foundation, Ikemeleng Foundation?
Okay. So Ikemeleng Foundation, it's a youth-led movement that was established in 2020 around June. So Ikemeleng Foundation, hence the motto of the foundation says for progressive change. So as youth of Deep Slot, we gathered around some few people as well to just see where can we come in, especially in the current situation of the country and the situation that we've been facing as a township. Remember, there are a lot of social issues that are affecting like ordinary citizens on a daily basis. So we thought maybe if we start a program that will specifically address like the issue of food security, that will be the start of solving so many other issues that are affecting the community. So Ikemeleng Foundation, basically it's a youth-led organization that is currently operating in the heart of Deep Slot in Extension 1, and it was established in 2020.
But like when you were establishing it, you told me like was it you alone or you had other like people that are like fully involved?
Yeah, on that it's actually interesting because when Ikemeleng was born, so I still remember it was when like I had a conversation with my partner, like my partner that I stay with in the house.
The life partner. Yeah, let's put it that way.
You can't confirm and say the life partner, but my partner. Because we're still pushing this thing. But anyway, she's a life partner. So it was a conversation around the people that are homeless, especially the dropouts from universities, and it's happening in Johannesburg in the CBD. So you find out that you get like a lot of guys on the street, and when you actually go to those guys that are like under the influence of substance abuse, you'll hear like so much powerful stories, and those guys are actually they're quite clever, eh?
Yeah, most of them they're smart.
So. So then we're asking ourselves, how do we solve this situation? I was like, okay, so when it's like this, because you cannot just come out of Deep Slot and go to Joburg.
Yes, other places.
You cannot fix the house next door while yours is also is also not it's not also fixed. So it was that time where they were distributing like
food parcels for COVID, man.
Yeah, so. When we made our research, we were like, no, the food parcels are not like covering everybody. Yeah, so we thought of doing something that will at least at the end of the day help people to go to bed like food stamps. And we thought of starting a soup kitchen. And from there, from our conversation, we went and called the others, and then we met. We only had one meeting, and from that meeting,
and that was how everything started.
Yeah,
which is a pretty good thing. But like when you started the soup kitchen, how many people did you expect at the time for the feed this much? I mean, like the amount of people. Like how many do you expect for the feed for the first few weeks at the top?
Sure. To be honest, like we're expecting like 100 people, just
Okay.
like
Yeah.
a normal 100 people. On our first day, I still remember when we started. We started with like a little gas stove, like a 4 plate.
Yeah.
I mean 2 plate.
Guest off.
Yeah, with a 9 kg gas cylinder. We served like how many? 87 people on the day. I can't remember that. I can't
Okay.
forget that number. Yeah,
That's
87.
actually almost the target that
Yeah.
you had at the time. Okay, 100.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So
that's-
like on
yeah.
the first day, we're getting those people coming. 87. Okay, the number is not too bad. Remember when we started, we don't have anything at all at that
There's
time.
no
We don't
sponsor,
have-
there's
yeah,
nothing.
there's
It's just
nothing.
a dream.
Yeah, it's
okay,
just
we're
a
gonna do
dream.
this, yeah.
But we discussed it, then we went and executed it. So I went to one of the community leaders, like by the name of Papi. I went there and I approached him, and I was like, because he was responsible for the food distribution, his organization actually, the Deep Sleep Youth Program. So I went to him, then I spoke to him regarding the idea. Then he was like, cool, we'll give you some of the fresh stock to actually cook. So they started coming on board as an organization to help us with like our monthly costings and all that.
So was it before you guys started the food garden?
Yeah, actually it was before the food garden.
So the food garden, it's actually started like alone, or was it Papi who decided you guys should start a food garden?
No, the food garden was our idea.
Okay.
The reason why we started the food garden, it was because we didn't have sponsors by that time.
Yeah.
So we are thinking of other measures that we can use to sustain the soup kitchen. Yeah, so we're like, what is it that we can do? Then food garden was like one of the first things that we thought about. Then so we started this food garden precisely because we wanted to sustain the soup kitchen in a way that some of the fresh produce that we get
from your own garden.
yes, we go and sell them.
Okay, to generate more income for
as
the
a fundraising motto. Then we generate income and buy the things that we cannot get out of the garden, like rice stock, maize meal, rice, and many other things that you can mention. Then some of the fresh produce that we get, we then cook in the kitchen. So yeah, then in the very same year that we started, it was in 2020.
during COVID,
during
which is everything
COVID,
was
yeah.
hard at the time.
Yeah, then the garden, like the project itself, it kicked off so well, and we were also using other measures as a fundraiser. Like we used to wake up in the morning around 4 a.m. to cook like some fat cooks.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't say I can't say we made like your best fat cooks, but people were buying because they were seeing what we were trying to do.
So it was you doing fundraising.
Yeah. So in the morning, 4 a.m. we are up, preparing the fat cooks. Then around past 5 we start selling. Then from 8 we go back to the kitchen and prepare the meal.
So how
From
many
the money that
how
we
many
got.
meals do you prepare a day?
We prepare one meal. So ideally we wanted to like have breakfast and lunch, but because of lack of resources, we ended up just doing one meal. But
So what,
which is helping.
which is
as
what?
well.
It's a lunch now that you provide.
Yeah.
And how many people are you feeding currently?
So currently we feeding like 400 plus people.
Wow.
Yeah, we can go up until to 600 people.
That's a
in
lot.
day.
That's a lot. It's a lot. And congratulations on that one.
Yeah, no,
Like
thank
it's
you.
impacting the community in a very positive way. Because we haven't had any young leader in a while that actually is doing positive in the community. Most of the time the soup kitchens is being owned by our comrades, the old comrades. What keeps on motivating you as young as you are?
It's what keeps on motivating me is the young people that I'm surrounded by. They are having the same energy that I'm having, and also the beneficiaries themselves. They are giving us a reason to wake up every morning and try to push the cause. So what motivates me in general is the people that I'm working with.
So your
and
team
the
consistent of
community,
what?
like,
Is it all people or only young people in your team?
So, to to be specific, because we're in a township, and you know what happens in a township. So there are a lot of issues going around, especially politics. I've served long in some political structures, so I've learned a lot from that. Then I was like, when we're starting our own organization, we cannot involve
politics.
Yeah, we cannot involve politics, and we cannot involve any people that are not young, because they are going to feel entitled to some certain things that they don't own. You know?
And obviously, when you're having a lot of, our leaders, there's 1976, youth.
Yeah.
You know how they are. They want to take, and they don't want to give.
Sure.
But so far, is there any political party that is actually sponsoring the organization, or you just don't want anything to do with any political party?
No, there's no any political organization that is sponsoring the organization. However, we cannot say no to donations.
Donations.
Anyone who comes with donations is as long as they're not here to push their agendas. And
Certainly, there's something on top.
Brown envelope. No. But we welcome all organizations that want to donate. After all, it's us being united, wanting to help solve the social issues that ordinary members of the community are facing on a daily basis.
Okay. Yeah. But now as the organization is growing, are you planning to open branches on the rest of the country, or you just want to keep it or you want to branch out, another branch in Limpopo, KZN and all that?
Yeah, okay. Actually, I'm going to say this on record so that no one steals my ideas. If I see my ideas somewhere, we're going to have a problem. So the idea is to have branches in all 9 provinces. The idea is to have meaningful programs running in all 9 provinces, specifically in rural areas, programs that are going to impact young people positively and any ordinary members of those communities. Yeah, but before we go out of Diepsloot, we want to have a soup kitchen in every station in Diepsloot, because as much as we are based in this informal settlement, there are people that are living in houses, but they are also in dire need of our services. Yeah. So we definitely want to branch out, and we want to be international as well, and we want to go as far as the whole of Africa. Yeah. Those countries that are really suffering and looking forward to our services. So we're gonna go there.
Which is a big dream, and it's possible.
Yeah, trust me, my man, it's going to be very possible. As long as we remain focused, we remain disciplined, consistent, we're going to win at the end of the day.
That's the goal. So normally people that come here, is it you fit only kids or young, old, or anybody can just come through?
Yeah, I had a certain political leader on one of the days. It's one of those guys who are well established, and I was expecting much more from him than what he was talking to me about. When you're expecting an advice from someone, then they go and suppress you. You feel so much disappointed in what you've got compared to what you were looking up to. So he was telling me that you are feeding Zimbabweans there. I always see Zimbabweans lining up, foreigners. How does it help us to come and help you? I was like, so my concern is you don't even know the objectives of the organization. You don't even know the mission of the organization.
Exactly.
You don't know the vision of the organization.
The structure.
But you are judging from a distance. You don't come in and ask, how does the organization operate? What kind of people are you helping here? So to cut that in short, I was just trying to make an example of a story that I got. So our database is inclusive of senior citizens, adults, people living with disability, people on chronic medication like tuberculosis, HIV and AIDS, diabetes, people who are under the influence of substance abuse, I told you those guys they are very special to me
Because that's one of the things that we're facing as a community.
Exactly.
Like,
and most of them are people that I went to school with, and when I see them just throwing their future like that or in the dustbin, it becomes it pains me a lot. So it's that, and we also cater for children as well, and also we have an outreach program that is specifically focusing on people that need our services but they cannot be able to come here because of their living circumstances and all that. So we go to their respective homes and try to find out how best can we assist them. So where we can be able to assist them, we assist them. Then we also reach out to some of our donors to just
to help out where they can.
Exactly.
Man, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. What are you doing is that a lot of youth is not even doing that. Like what you're doing, man, it's big. Helping out the community, people who are actually can't help themselves, but you're there for them. Big up, man. Big up on that one.
Thank you so much, man. We are only trying to send the message out there that particularly to our youth, it's never too late to start somewhere, regardless of what you're doing, as long as you remain focused and when you're not helping yourself,
But a lot of our youth, we wait for the government to actually start helping us, but we're not deciding, you know what, this is what I want to do, and you're actually doing good. I've seen your outreach program, and I've seen the event that happened on the 27th of May. So how did that event come about? That was at Sarafina Park.
Oh yes. Actually, that event we're a partnering organization there. So it's pushed by a young man also called Nehemiah, who's a founder of Arab Kamoso organization, and he's also a founder of Nay Media. So I like the concept so much because that is also a platform where young people, especially around the township, young entrepreneurs, young people, community activists, and everyone can use that platform to engage in a way that all of us at the end can benefit in some ways. So you see, because it's open for stores. It's open for artists to go and showcase their talent. So we're partnering with him in that regard.
But do you feel like the youth in Diepsloot is actually participating in those events and also with the organization? Do you feel like they put in their helping hands and all that?
No. The youth in Diepsloot is facing some serious problem when it comes to participation. So, in general, like in everything that's happening around but say you're making a party somewhere, you're going to actually get more numbers than when you're making some
workshop.
Social impact workshop. So there are so many unresolved issues around the community, especially when it comes to youth. So that is why we have high rate of people that are on drugs. We have high rate of people that are actually suffering from alcohol consumption. We have issues of unemployment. So people end up being depressed, and there's so much stigma that's going on in amongst our youth. So the only thing that they think will solve the issues is when they go out and start drinking and get drunk and actually dance. But at the end of the day, come Monday, those issues come back again. So
it's more issues now.
You need to challenge yourself in a way. I'm not saying people cannot go out and dance. I do that myself, I'm still young. I cannot be acting all that because I'm now the founder of the organization. When it's time to go out and dance, I go there, do that responsibly. I also know that I have a responsibility that I must take at the end of the day, and my responsibility is to make sure that if not all members of the community are happy at the end of the day, at least some of them
Actually happy, yeah.
They're seeing the reason to be part of this organization. So youth does not participate at all, and they must start participating, so that when you are complaining from a distance, they know what you are complaining about.
Because what I've noticed is that a lot of youth, we do complain a lot, but when you check the things that we complain about, we're not there. If the issue was forms, yeah, we're not there, but we complain about not giving
Those things that we
opportunities.
complain about are the things that we can actually be in charge, be in the forefront of those things. We have so much potential that we can even create, jobs ourselves.
Yeah.
As young people, we cannot sit down as young people and wait for someone to come and create a job. So what we're already doing now is a progressive movement in Deep Slot. We are already emphasizing on job creation. Yeah, even if we have not yet gotten to that stage, but we
still,
are emphasizing on that. We are showing them that we are capable of doing things like that.
So currently, how many people do you have working for you? Or actually working for the organization?
Yeah, because I was gonna correct you.
Yeah,
I'm not the organization.
Well, working for the organization.
Yeah. So
before I say you, how many people
so
you have in our...
Actually, I cannot be able to count, but all in all, I can say we have 15 to 20 volunteers, but they don't come
daily.
Every day. So some come on other days, some come on other days, and of course they are volunteering. No one is getting paid, so you cannot keep people around. Something that they've absorbed out of this organization, so that when they go out there, they can grow on their own, and come back and be funders of these organizations themselves. So when I meet a person that has been involved here, I don't want to meet a drug addict on the street. I don't want to meet a drunkard from this organization. I want to meet a person that is going to empower me as well
and continue empowering other people.
Exactly.
That's a good one.
That's what we are trying to push. Yeah.
So tell us a bit about the Mandela Day Drive, the blanket drive.
So that's actually amazing, because we are not only doing that for Deep Slot. So we've partnered with many other organizations that are out of Deep Slot. So the idea of this drive is to reach out to families that are less fortunate. So we are going to be doing that in Malaji. That's next to Lanzera Airport. It's also informal settlement. There's also this other one, they call it Dramani. It's also there in Lanzera. It's also informal settlement. There's also the land park also. There's Msawawa there in Kayasent. It's also an informal settlement. And it's Deep Slot. So those blankets, so the target is 300.
So far, how many do you collect?
So far, in a space of 2 weeks, we've already collected 180 blankets.
Wow.
That's how far people want to help, and we want to make sure that this is going to, help the people that are actually in need. So we want to stretch our helping hand as far as those places that I've mentioned.
So is it only blankets that you're going to be collecting, or anything else? If people want to donate clothes, food and other things?
No, even clothing items, we are also taking them. So a blanket, we also give you something to wear. We also understand that in a shack you'll find out that the family it's the family of 6, so it's kids that are going to school. It's actually a bit frustrating, because you can't live in a shack. You can't have 6 people living in a shack. So
it's quite frustrating.
So we want to try and help where we can. Who knows that at the end will be people who are building houses for our people. Yeah.
Okay, so with the whole drive, I could say you're collecting blankets and clothes.
Sure.
Where can people who want to actually donate those? Drop-off guy.
We have different drop-offs locations. So we have in Deep Slot, you have at Chuma Mall, there's a top bed store there. You can go and drop there. Then at Bambanan Mall as well, there's a top bed store. You can go and drop there. In Riverside, there's a place called Traditional Cafe.
Yeah,
So
I heard about it, yeah.
we have also did that as our drop off location. Then they can drop it at Ikemeleng Foundation as well.
Where is it located?
Ikemeleng Foundation is located in Extension 1, PS Street, next to Neighborhood Community Hall. And if people cannot be able to find any of those places, they can obviously contact us on 081 378 9868. It's 081 378 9868. I'm sure you'll be able to share the contacts as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, and any other information that they need, I think they can also find it on the poster, because we have a poster that's circulating around.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure that I put up the poster at the end of this episode so that you can see
Sure.
what it's all about.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing, it's a very good movement and all that. And good luck with that.
Thank you so much, man.
But like
You're
with also, what's the plan from here for Ikemeleng Foundation?
Hence I said, I hope no one steals our ideas, because so the plan from here in the next 5 years, we want to see Ikemeleng Foundation having an early childhood development. Have you ever seen one in Deep Slot?
Yes, man.
There is early childhood development in the social development
Yeah.
buildings in Extension 2, but they do not open that for organizations to utilize that. Politicians, we're having so many handlers in Deep Slot, so people are in charge of other people's lives. How crazy is that?
It's hectic.
We want to have like an early childhood development that will be accessible for everyone in the community. And in other provinces, especially in the rural areas, we want to have we want to build libraries, because we don't have that. Okay, I'm Dupa there.
Nah, there's no.
Then,
no, there's one.
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah,
but how big is Amdupa?
Yeah, it's big, man.
Yeah, you go
It's
to
big.
where I come from in Askororo, there
Yeah.
there are no proper libraries. So we want to put those things in the rural areas so that the kids that attend school around there, they can benefit from that, so that they can also help improve their literature. Because when I was coming from home, when I go to Joe's, like a so like so we must balance. Balance. It must be balanced. We must not have that situation whereby someone from Limpopo is so eager to come to Joe's in a way
Yeah, we
that
should be sure.
So we must have the economy of that side, operating on its own, and having people, creating employment from there, so that you don't have people traveling all the way to come to Joburg as if like there's some gold waiting for them.
Yeah, which is true.
Yeah.
But do you feel like the government is actually doing enough for the youth in Deep Slot?
So the government is just
Actually, let's start with the local municipality. Do you feel like they're doing enough?
Because the government is the people, right? Yeah. So.
But there are leaders that are actually
it's
responsible for certain things.
It's the people, and there are leaders that are put into place to help the people. So the government is not doing well. Like the local municipalities, there's so much gap that needs to be filled in. But if we're having these different political parties going on and on like this, fighting amongst each other, we won't have progress, because what we will see next time, they will be saying an EFF councillor did this, an ANC councillor did this, an ANC DA councillor did that, so and so did that. So we only see like stories, like corruption stories and all that. We don't see development.
No, we don't.
We don't see development. So, and I think also with the systems that they've been using, actually, they are not so much effective in a way that people are able to benefit from those systems. For instance, you have like organizations that are running in Deep Slot,
There's a lot of them.
And there are government programs that helps these organizations. But who benefits from that? It's people, it's friends of people that are working, are serving in the government. It's cousins of people that are serving in the government. And also, it's families of the people that are serving in the government. So the funds end up being allocated to wrong people. They must have this thing in government. I'm going to teach them from today. They must have a system whereby they delegate people to different communities to go and check which organization is existing,
Actually, it's existing
and working, so that they can come here and tell us that, you know what, in order for you to get funding, these are the paperwork that you need to fill in. They come and actually help us fill those things. Then they submit. We are surely guaranteed that we are going to get this funding at the end of the day. No waiting area, no bribing, no brown envelope. You know, even with this programs that are trying to address issues of unemployment, the programs that they come with that they want to use to empower people in the community and everyone. They must train young people from within, so that we can speak the same language. We can't bring someone from outside and start, and they come here, exactly, and they come here and start talking about something that they don't understand. That is why you get like most people frustrated in that regard.
But do you think the state of Deep Slot, do you think it's going to change?
No, it won't change. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
In Deep Slot, we're having so many races here. And how do we find ourselves in this situation? Is the government system. We cannot blame these people that we see around, that foreigners this, foreigners that. Where did they pass when they came here? Who made sure that these people they are having the right documentation? You know what? Instead, what do? They take monies in those borders. They take bribes and all those things. Then you want to now blame these people and say foreigners this and that. That thing is going to cause a civil war. And once we have a civil war, the guys that are in control of the economy, they become happy, especially white monopoly capital. They become happy because they know that when black people are fighting amongst one another, that's when we're making a kill. So this situation is not going to be it's not going to improve anytime soon, as long as we're having a disorganized state.
So do you also, because I've seen that a lot of people are complaining about police and tips that they're not they're not working. Do you also feel the same way?
Well, I think this police, the law enforcers, most of them are just clowns, I'm sorry to say that, but
so they're there for the vibes.
They're just there, saving their own things, because you can send as many vehicles of the law enforcement, but those guys are not doing their job correctly. They go around harassing ordinary citizens, people that are maybe from the groups and from other supporting businesses that are running until late. So the guys will just come and start harassing you and start beating you up. And when you start questioning that, they are saying you are talking a lot and they move you more. So if we can have a system where these guys actually confront these crime activities that are going around,
because they know the people that are doing these crimes.
They know
them very well.
They know the drug lords. They know everyone. What they do, they just collect bribes and all that. But if they can twist that mentality, we're going to have a very peaceful community where we don't have people killed every weekend. It's so devastating to learn that they shot 5 people over the weekend. They shot 2 people during the week. They shot so and so where they show. Currently, they shot this loan saving individual by the name of John Magola. May his soul rest in peace. That man has long served in the CPF structure,
serving the community.
and he was doing his job correctly. So they shot him for a reason. Maybe it's a thing that it was organized to say, hey, this man now is disturbing our
Because he was working.
operations.
Because he was working. He
Yeah,
was serving the people.
He was down to it. He was down to it. So the law enforcers are not doing well.
Then the community leaders, do you feel like we have community leaders which are active, or they just failing the youth in deep sleep?
So it's actually a chain. So these guys are working together in some way. So there are things that, you know, obviously for something to happen, we have community leaders involved, we have law enforcers there, you know, we have everyone that is saving in the community. So we can't have things be going out of control.
Yeah,
when
well,
we
there are
have
people like you there.
leaders. Yeah. So all of them are not doing anything. They're just sitting there.
It's really sad, man.
Yeah. So
It's really sad.
very, very much sad.
So, like, in closing, what message can you give the youth of South Africa, or youth in general?
So the message that I can give youth in general is that our youth must stop, you know, complaining on things that they are actually capable on. They must come out and, you know, start gathering together, being united, and finding things that they can do, and that's when help can come to them. You know, youth must stop sleeping. Youth must wake up. And be the voice of this country and be the voice of these communities.
And the change that they want to see.
Exactly.
So, what do you want to be remembered as? How do you want people to remember Percy?
I want people to remember me as a person that I was, not something that I was not. Yeah. So I want people to remember me as this current person that I am, who you know, has that heart of giving back, you know, who has that heart of helping, and Percy that has actually contributed in the economy of South Africa at large.
Cheers. Cheers, man. Thank you for having me on the show, man.
Sure, thanks, man.
For donations and if you want to donate the blankets, I'll leave the numbers and the locations where you can actually go and drop them off. That was Percy from Ikemeleng Foundation. We're out.
Thank you.
When I pull up in the spot, they be asking what I got. Yeah, for an extra mile, an extra inch for the dot. When I pull up in the spot, better